Yeah, last week I was requesting support for Gravity because I felt that there were some things that were like being a bottleneck for our growth, and I wasn't really like sure on what strategy to choose to proceed on the funding proposal, and also to like have an idea of how to grow the project. But I had a call with Griff on Monday, and it was really cool because he told me like, "Hey, don't make it too complex, and don't make it like all in just one push." And like it's better to have like a stepped growth, and like decentralization is good, but it's very complex. So like maybe it can be like a step that it can be taken afterwards, and not like in the initial funding proposal. And yeah, I think that took a lot of weight from my shoulders, because it made it more knowable on the way to proceed. And yeah, I feel that has helped me a lot this week, and I feel that the funding proposal is more or less polished, and it have gained some support from the Gravity working group. So yeah, I feel that this week a lot of things have unblocked, and I also like the diversity of the proposals. And I will pass to Livy.
Thanks, Juan. Podcast today with Seth, Ray.
Olivia, it seems like your audio is breaking up. Is it just for me, or is everyone else experiencing that?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pass to someone else first and I come back. I'll pass to Chewy.
Thank you, Livy. I'm assuming this is temperature check. So it's super hot. Like I have gotten to actually like open the cold water a little bit to take things in a way in which I can function properly because of the health issues that I've been having. However, I really love how the spirit around debates is coming together. I was so much looking forward to catch up with that conversation. After these few debates, I feel that I'm starting to get there. And I love the enthusiasm around the proposals that are coming up. So really looking forward to see what decision the community takes on this. And yeah, I'll pass it to, I don't know if Juanca went already.
Juanca got started.
Yeah.
How about that? How about Zep?
Yeah, Sep. Sep.
Hello, everyone. Right now, temperature check. For me, it is. Well, that's an interesting question. I didn't thought about it, even though I know this is coming. Um, I feel there's a lot of things going on. I feel we sort of finally. I feel comfortable with the dates of the debates and the parties and the time that has been given to it. I feel we have sort of taking enough time for the community to be engaged and educated and have more resources to it. So for me, that's really important. And so yeah, and I really love also this kind of collaboration that is seemingly forming in between Gravity and Communitas. I feel it's a natural growth of the community, and it's healthy for us to sort of, start seeing how these cultural practices can overlap or can collaborate or can join forces to improve our own system. So yeah, and maybe Livy, you already work with your audio. Pass it to you.
Is it better now?
It is better.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be in a podcast today with this guy Seth, and he's from the Austrian Foundation and has been involved in a few other like community things. So we're gonna be chatting about culture and Austrian's principles. So that feels cool. And in the TEC, I felt a little bit, maybe after the SoftGov call, just a little tension that I think is normal, but that I don't know so much how to solve, of like how to give time and space that is needed for certain processes to develop, and also to keep up with just like the momentum of things and different rhythms that different people have for doing stuff. So yeah, I think this is normal, but it's just something that has been like cooking inside of me. And and today I just finally read the article that Gideon wrote, and that was so insightful, and it's really good to know that there's such a good writer in our community that can convey all of those topics with so much eloquence. And I think Communitas is really being recognized for something amazing that they're doing. And I connected with Gama and Prime DAO, and I think there's a whole like coalition of people coming and thinking about onboarding now, and it's good to see that the TC is there, well represented in the map. And I'll pass to Griff.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Good to see you. I am having, we just had a great debate, and it was really fun. It was good to see some awesome token holders in there and participating. And I feel pretty good about the params and the different proposals that are out there. They're looking good enough to deploy. And I want to like major praise to Mitch for doing some cat herding to make sure that there's good proposals out there. And I'm just really personally just like very trying to hold it together. The TEC and is going through a major parameter time, but then the Giveth is launching its token as well, and it's just really hard to be in three places at once. So that's fun. So if I'm distracted during calls, I'm so sorry, including this one. I'm definitely going to be distracted. So, but it's great. It's great, and the fire is hot. So that's really fun. I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey everyone. I'm really distracted with the Giveth launch right now. I'm just like not doing anything except working on Giveth stuff the last days. So I don't have the most best perspective, but I'm feeling pretty good with it. Sounds like there's some good debates happening and more param proposals coming in, or like more ideas that are generating with the param debates. Like I went to one just recently, and like there were some cool things that came out of it. So I'm feeling pretty good with where we're at with the params. But yeah, just personally, I'm like super distracted. I'm just eating lunch now, and I was like, I could join the Stewards call and like hang out and like be in the loop a little bit. And I feel a little bit badly about not being more in the loop, but after we launch it, it's definitely gonna get better. But anyway, Giveth launch is coming up, and if any of you want to come help and test, let me know. It'll be good too. But I'll pass it to Mitch.
Thanks. Yeah, same, echoing what Griff and Lauren just said, and maybe Libby as well. I felt like a little bit lost. I think there was like this weird lack of in last week and the week before, with the commons upgrade and the reward system both kind of like losing direction or being delayed. And so, well, the last couple of days I've been working towards getting some more clarity around the commons upgrade, and I think we'll be on track to meet our criteria and deadlines. But it was, anyway, my temperature check is better today, thankfully, than it was yesterday. And I'll pass it to Jean.
Jean, we can't hear you.
Jean.
No, it doesn't seem to be working, Jean.
Maybe we can pass it to Mert.
Hey guys, like this week, actually, I'm very excited about the two proposals will come from Omega Working Group very soon. In today's call, we will finalize TC Consilience Library proposal, and this will be my like first proposal that I like significantly contribute in TC. So I'm very happy about it and very excited to show you like a library that has like very cool features and very good philosophy behind it. Also, Shebnem finalized the T Ethic Participatory Research Initiative. It will be on forum anytime. Like maybe she upload. I don't know. It will be there. Like I'm very excited about those things, and I'm really looking forward to show you guys and have like valuable feedback and create a good like research learning space. And that's it from me for now.
Oh, Nate still has to go.
Oh, good. Thanks, Tam. Check-in good. I think everything is starting to pick up momentum, like Mitch said. We had a little bit of a lull, and I think things are picking up and getting a lot more engagement with different members, and new members especially, which is really nice. Generally, my mind has been on the future a little bit, kind of in the realm of like treasury management and proposal management. So those are the things that have been on my mind recently, and looking forward to delving into that as soon as possible. But outside of that, good. I'll pass it over to Zepti.
Hey, Escanari, welcome. So at the beginning of the Stewards, we normally just do a temperature check. Anything that you notice about, you want to share about what's going on in the community or for yourself personally? Escanari, if you're there.
I think we can hear you. You're unmuted, but
Yeah. A lot of audio issues today. Okay. If you want to hop in later, okay, it looks like he's going to do a reboot. Hey, Escanari, do you want to try if it works now? No audio coming through. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this round, and if your audio works later, try to give a shout. For myself personally, I feel like there's a lot of momentum that we have. Communitas is really going forward. I feel like the Stewards Working Group is making a lot of progress. I'm really excited about the params. I'm really starting to feel like things are clicking, and I'm understanding things that I didn't understand before. And I feel like that's probably the most. I mean, that's why we're doing this, to educate our community, and I feel like it's working. So yeah, that's it. I'm excited about our new stewards as well. I think that's really cool. And establishing the terms is also going to be really cool. So generally overall positive about this last week. Okay, so we'll hop to the next PSA. Have you updated your sprint issues? And if you could take a moment and do it. And then I wanted to ask about holidays. So the next 2 to 2.5 weeks is sort of traditionally a very low season. Lots of people are spending time with their family and otherwise are on vacation. So I just wanted to sort of get an idea of how many people think that they're going to have low or no availability. Like who won't, like what is the expectation that we have for the next 2.5 weeks? Will people mostly be spending time with their family, not active in the TEC? And I'm really definitely going to pass around to the stewards too to get a sense. And maybe we can have something more formal where we can let each other know where we'll be unavailable. But maybe if we could just have like, who's going to have very low availability? Who knows that like the end of December, the first few days of January, they will not be around? Can you like either flash your on off or just raise your hand or jump in the document and maybe we'll say like low to no availability and still around. Let's maybe do something like this. I'll put myself on the still around. I'll be in a different time zone, but I'll mostly be active still. Can I ask if all the stewards can hop into our agenda and add your names to one of these two categories, please? Next week, will anybody be out? It's just the Wednesday right before Christmas. I mean, I guess the other question is just for our working groups, will we be canceling any of our meetings? I'm still planning to keep stewards. I imagine Eduardo and I will still want to keep Communitas and orientation or all of the meetings. But may I just say, if you're going to cancel the meetings, maybe it's a good time to let people know and can take it off the calendar and do all of those things so that it's not a surprise at the last minute for people that were planning to attend.
I will still be around for Communitas, and at least I will be on answering duty and replying to people, because it's timing where a lot of people just don't have things to do, so they enter Discord and so on. So I think it's a good timing to be present, just to be at least on top of the Discord. And yeah, so therefore I will be available for the calls and the rest of stuff.
Cool. Okay, excellent. And I should be able to attend all of them.
And I will suggest that we could do some kind of small community Christmas something or New Year's something, at least for like a small dynamics, probably just for the people who are away from home or the people who will stay or don't have things going on their end. It could be nice for the community exercise, for community call or PC lounge or whatever other space that we can take for that.
I don't have access to this document, but I will be around. But I don't know whether Shebnem will hold Omega working session or not. But probably will not, because she would want to spend some time with her family.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Mert, you should be able to access it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the link.
Oh, got it. I'm going to drop in the stewards channel right now.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
I also want to say that for next week, I want to prepare like a Graviton get together. So yeah, it would be really cool for all Gravitons, even from the first generation or the second generation, to be able to come and to share a little bit of time there.
Nice. Just on the idea of a Christmas event, last year we did Kagatio, which was really fun. I don't know, it's a pretty fun Christmas tradition that's pretty non-offensive and silly. Like no one's gonna be like, oh, this is religious, you know? It's like you bang a log until it poops presents, and it's a real tradition in Barcelona. In Catalonia in general. In fact, there was actually in the last debate, there was someone with a common stack hat on the Christmas log. What's it called?
That was Craig.
It was Craig?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so we could continue that tradition if we want.
Yeah.
Is there someone who wants to sort of spearhead this effort? make it happen.
Should we do it during the community call like we did last time? And just like, or yeah?
So the 23rd.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I can definitely spearhead it during the community call. I need to get myself I was planning on getting a Kagatio this weekend anyway.
So instead of we would just the whole call would be Kagatio instead of the updates or the.
No, I think we would do praise. We should still do praise and maybe some like other important updates. Maybe we just trim it down. I mean, obviously we want to announce the winner of the, that was announced in SoftGov, the runner, the vote response. Although I guess maybe we don't have the runners up. Maybe we do have the runners up, huh? The top 4 by then?
Let me look at the calendar.
We didn't really set a time. That would be 2 days.
Maybe 2 days. It might be too early.
Yeah, so we might not have the runners up. We'll have to see. It's kind of like it'll be a game time decision. Maybe it'll be very obvious. Maybe it won't be. But I think that's the only announcement that we'd have to do.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to do Kagatio on the community call.
Cool. So dress up for the community call. Wear your Santa gear for that.
Yeah, technically we would have it until the 20. We would have the 20 on the 21st.
We'd have the results.
Primaries.
But then would we have analyzed the results to see like which are the top 3 to 5?
No, maybe because I don't know. Nate made a really good spreadsheet for like already comparing stuff, and maybe from the 21st to the 23rd we could pull that off. I think it would be the best solution to like at least start the year. Like, having that gap without having that sorted would be weird, I think.
Yeah, I mean, let's try for it. Let's see if we can get the top runoffs, and then we can. And then we can. If we can make it, then we can announce it, and that would give us more time also to do the voters pamphlet and all that, which is the real work.
Cool. Excellent. Okay. Anything else? It's great. I think I don't know if you're going to have a holiday theme, maybe just an end of year party for the first and second cohort, Wonka, but that's very cool too. And anything you want to do in the lounge at Eduardo. Cool. So the ETH Denver, just want to keep track of who's going. I think I asked this last week too, and so far it's Griff, myself, Chewy, and Livia. Would love to keep track of who from the TEC is going to be there, so we can.
Yeah, I'll be volunteering.
Yes. Okay, let me bring these names up. Okay. Cool. Anyone else thinking about it?
I want to say that maybe it would be good also to take into account other events that maybe like the Dev Connect that will happen in Amsterdam in April 2022. That seems also a really cool event. I will share that. And I also heard that it's going to be an ETH Rio. I shared it once with Libby, but it would be like really cool to have assistance to all these events because as I understand the next year is going to have a lot of events.
Yeah, they also announced Mexico City for August.
Can you apply for any of these events, or are they just rumors?
I think that there's
global.
Yeah, there's already on an official an official statement and dates, but there's not still like a lot of promotion.
I think we need a working group for the events in 2022. There's really, I mean, I've seen lists and lists that people have been posting on Twitter. It's basically nonstop for those who can. Is this something we should maybe track in a location that we can sort of share and just be aware of who's going where?
Also for DevCon in Colombia, but it's going to be late in next year, but everyone is invited.
Thanks, Monica. All right, cool. I love the idea of having visibility into the events and who among us will be there. I think it'll sort of have a network effect of bringing more people, attracting more people. So just these dates, I just am going to leave in here so we always have them sort of somewhere to keep in the back of our minds. And then the reminder for the Commons upgrade, the critical pieces of work. I don't know that this one is done. The demo with feedback, I think it's still open. The covenant, I think, is almost done, is almost finished. I think we just need to do the vote. I added the laser tag multi-sig coordination, which is basically getting the group of people together and doing and creating a multi-sig for it, just so we don't lose track of that now that the vote has finished. And then the terms and conditions for both ABC and conviction voting are underway, and the working group proposals. So that's what we know are like the critical blocking issues for the Commons upgrade. We couldn't do a Commons upgrade unless these are all done. But other than that, here, these are all done. We have nothing else blocking.
Who's on the multi-sig coordination?
No one's assigned to it yet. It just needs to be done before we can launch, of course. But it's just there for one of us to give it to you?
Give me it.
Got it. All right, you got it. Thanks for that, Mitch, actually. It's really helpful. All right, so there is two more things: translation priority signaling and pre-production bounties that Chewy wants to talk about. Chewy, do you think you can do these two in like 5-6 minutes?
Yeah, maybe even less. Escanora is here today with us. He's going to be leading efforts in the translations team. And we just wanted to make like a quick signaling on some of what you think could be like good priorities to translate. And also just mentioning some of the languages that are considered for a first round. So yeah, we just wanted to have like a better idea of how we can better prepare like the proposal for the first months of work. And we've also been getting a lot of contributors for translation. So thinking about this, we just wanted to signal with the steward some of what you have in mind for translating. So far, we have Sherman's article in our Medium, which is Token Engineering Commons, and it's like it's a little bit long. It estimates to be a 23-minute read, and it also gets. I mean, even though it's laid down like so nicely and explained so well, I feel that it gets technical at some point. And also, we have the Engineering Ethics in Web3, which is Sargam's article. But yeah, we just wanted to pass like some turns around to see if what do you think also could be a good idea. For example, on top of my mind, I'm thinking of Gideon's last contribution. I feel this could be okay. But yeah, maybe if we're going to start with, let's say, like 5 to 6 articles in different difficulties also, would everyone agree that our priorities would be mainly Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, Portuguese, Turkish, and Hindi, and Arabic. Those are gonna be like our first ones. So I'll pass it maybe to Mitch to see if,
No French?
No French.
Mm.
It's like, I mean, we also have like another list with optional languages. We're including Tagalog, Catalan, French, German, Swedish, Dutch, and Russian. But aiming like for priorities, most of these language speakers also understand English. While this is not the same for a lot of population in Latin America or China, for example. So this is the idea with prioritizing and at the same time not requesting like a huge amount of funds so that we can gradually start preparing these articles.
So, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we have a really special thing we have to do in the Stewards call. And I was wondering if we can do this async, just have a list of languages and maybe even rank choice voting for them. Dare I even say that right now? To prioritize what people think are, or give your recommendation for what you think are the best. And we've started this list of articles that we think are good candidates for evergreen content that can be used for translation. Maybe we just build this either in this issue or in a document and keep track of all of the articles that we think are good candidates and the languages that they're being translated into. And then we can use this call to welcome Vi as a new steward, or the rest of this call to welcome Vi as a new steward.
I think I have a different issue because I only have two articles listed. What's the 839? Oh yeah,
yeah,
I mean 904. Okay,
it has
so
3 as a start. I think we added some more. We've been using this as like, hey, this is a good article. This is a good article. We can take this out and make it its own document, just so we have a like Notion or on any place else. Just so we have a list of the evergreen articles, and we can keep adding to that.
Okay, so to move on with this topic, I'm gonna start soft vote with in the forum to see which articles we think are the most important, and maybe it can be and maybe it could be a snapshot signaling for prioritizing languages with ranked choice voting.
I mean, just so I don't know that we have to vote on everything. I also think if there's there's the group that's doing it has the resources. Hey, we have the resources for these 3 languages, then it makes sense to start with those 3 languages more than deciding what languages to use and then finding a translator. Just saying we've had translators for Russian, Romanian, and Spanish. So those are the 3 we're going to do. Could be another way that we approach it. And Chinese, because we've had translators for that too. All right, thanks. I know you want to talk about pre-production bounties, and I wonder if we can have that conversation in the Stewards group or in the Stewards channel as well, or maybe if we have some time left over after this. But I want to make sure that we have some time to welcome Vi, the latest steward in the TEC Stewards. So number 14, lucky 14, Vi. I will read out loud just the nomination for you. So Vi started contributing to the TEC around February or March of this year. Since then, he's made himself an indispensable part of the TEC. It contributes to multiple working groups and work streams. I can attest to, it seems that you're everywhere all the time. For some time, he's been single-handedly supporting and improving our Discord and the other coordination tools we depend on to exist. And more than that, he's warm and welcoming, humble and informative. His voice and expression brings harmony and good vibes. All interactions with Vi are a pleasure. There's an extra cool factor that he will be our youngest steward and maybe even the youngest steward in any DAO. But he's really earned this nomination through many months of constant and consistent high-quality contributions and interactions. So as we like to do, go around and say, what was your first impression of Vi when you first met him? And I'm going to pass it to Griff to get us started.
Okay, perfect. I'll pass it to Lauren to start. Pass it back to me, Lauren.
Oh, cool. I was asking Griff if he could pass it because I want to welcome Vi, but I also want to go work on Give Us stuff. But I remember my first impression of Vi, actually. It was like when I was still kind of new in the crypto space, and I was wanting to get involved with the TC, so I was just jumping into random calls, and I jumped into a meme party, and Vi was in the meme party as well, and he was just crushing it with killer memes. And I was like, who is this guy? And he doesn't really say much. He's super quiet, and but his memes are just on point. Like every single one of them, I was just like, wow, he must be really smart. Who is this person? And I just was already sold on the memes. And then I've seen so much that he's doing throughout the Discord, and just the TC Discord is one of the most beautiful things as far as Discords in the DAO space goes. It's just always getting better. Every time I come in, it's getting better. Things make so much sense to people onboarding, and it's we're always wow, let's do what the TC does, and reaching out to Vi and asking him also to help us with Giveth, and his humility, his kindness, his generosity, with his skill and his time, and even just the whole process of being onboarded as a steward. It's just he's I don't know, should I? And his concerns, he doesn't just jump into things with big ego. He assesses the situation and comes into it with confidence and with strength and with so many valuable skills. We're so lucky to have him. And yeah, welcome Vi. I'll pass it back to Griff.
Tough act to follow. Jeez. Yeah, the first time I met Vi, I think Metaverde brought Vi into our community to help with some Discord stuff, and it was I was like, cool potato, man. And then he even mailed me these stickers, right? Lauren's not kidding. This guy knows how to meme. He's playing meme in real life. He's playing memes like harder than I could ever believe. And I couldn't believe how young Vi is. I just want to throw that out there. This Vi is a genius, and is way ahead of his time. We are so lucky to have him here helping us out. Yeah, and now he's the humility is no joke. I managed the payments, and he's like, you're paying me too much. I'm this is just international because Vi's in India. He's like, this is more than. It's no, man, it's not. You're worth every penny, Vi. My God, the contributions that you bring. Like Lauren said, you come in with humbleness, and you don't speak a lot. But when you do, everyone listens because everyone knows there's some wisdom being spoken, and it's really valuable to have you around, and and not just in the TC, but in the community at large. You help out all over the place. You're, I think, one of the more trusted individuals in every Discord that you hang out in, and you're always adding value everywhere you go. So to have you in the Stewards group is only going to make us better for sure. I'll pass it to Nate.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, oh man, meme game is strong. Your personal branding is amazing. I love it, and I'm jealous of it. You were amazing. One of the great things about Vi was sometimes I'll have these ideas or conversations with Vi, and I'll be like, man, I wish we could do this, and he'd be like, yeah, no, I got that. It's just a very simple solution. And I'm just oh my goodness, you're so, and he implements it on top of that. It no hesitation, no doubts, just execution. And somebody who is capable of doing something like that and being able to gel with so many different types of personalities within this community is something that is so incredibly valuable. And I'm just really proud of you, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. You have been such an influence on me and so many other people in this community, and I'm really happy to have you as a steward. So thank you, Vi. And I'll pass it over to Tam.
Cool. I'll say the first time I met Vi was Metaverde brought Vi over from One Hive to help with the initialization of the Discord journey, and it just seemed like So the personal branding, by the way, I don't know. It's like it is genius level. The vomiting rainbows of the potato vomiting rainbows. I just remember being like, I just want to stare at this. It's so great. But it was like every conversation we had was just really thoughtful contributions. So whatever we were talking about, you really heard everything we were talking about and then came up with usually one or more than one solution to sort of evaluate and look at the pros and cons. And I found that was like months ago. And ever since then, it's so consistent. Your contributions are so valuable and so well thought through. And I think that you bring so much to the TEC. And I said this, I think you have been stewarding the TEC, and this is just making it official that that you bring so much help to the people in the community, and then so much knowledge for how to make things run better in our Discord, because this is our home, this is our office, this is where we work and where we collaborate and where we do things. And not just Discord, I mean, all of our platforms. It's really a gift that you're here with us. And I'll pass it to Livia.
Thanks, Tim. I'm really excited that you accepted to join us, Bai, because I feel like you hold so strong the culture and the values of the TEC. You're so kind and you're so inclusive and you're transparent and you help everyone, and just everything everyone already said is just very impactful. The thoughtfulness of your contributions and the way you enter spaces, it's this combination of non-invasive plus a very non-invasive and adding so much value, being so so thoughtful with everything, and just also being a master bot designer of it feels like everything that we ever thought that could be possible, we just ask Vi, and then you always say oh yeah, that's possible. I never heard from you being no, I don't think we can do that. And just this very yes, positive we can do type of thing is so exciting to be around, and it brings this yes and attitude that if something can't be done, maybe there is another way to do it, and you're so proactive to look for these other ways. And yeah, just bringing fun and presence and thoughtfulness and gentleness to everything. So I'm super excited that you're here with us, and I hope your concerns were solved. And also, we are super open to continue to chat about concerns if they come up at any time. And if there's anything that you don't feel comfortable about, there's always space for reevaluating things and thinking how this could be good for everyone. So welcome, and so glad to have you. I'll pass to Juanca.
Thank you, Livy. Well, one of the things that I really like about Bye Bye, and that it destroys a lot of stereotypes that we have around programmers, is that they are really cold people. And actually, one of the things that I have learned entering into this space is that actually programmers are one of the most sensitive people. And I can say this about Bye Bye, and also knowing YGG and Sem, that are really cool programmers. They are also really sensitive people. So one of the things that I really like is that he's someone who is able to have this logical thinking in his mind, but at the same time understand that logical thought is an interpretation of sensibilities, and that's really cool, and that's a stereotype that I have like really destroyed while entering into this community. Like, programmers are really sensitive people, and even though that he's a really cool programmer, he participates in really the cultural build, and he's always helping in a lot of stuff. And yeah, like, I have a nephew that is 18 years old, and I am talking to him about all this like for some years, but he hasn't stepped in. So I really admire all the people that step in at really young age, like you, like Vitor, like Nico, because like, yeah, you're the guys that will continue this movement and are the ones that have like lived it through their growing process. So that's really cool, and I really admire, and I wish you to have a really cool experience here with us. And I'll pass to Septi.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Septi. I've never met Vi, but I've definitely admired from afar and been impressed with how he executes. I think maybe Nate said that. It's easy to sort of spin your wheels in the DAO space, and so people that have that sort of unique quality tend to prosper. I'll just leave it there and pass it to, is anybody left? Chewy?
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, 5IV, like Discord wizard, just meme master, magic potato. Like, I've been just like hugely amazed at how, even though we recognize it as much as we can, I feel that we still like fall short when it comes down to new contributors coming across our Discord and how much percentage of that Viva is directly responsible for. I just have like a huge admiration for your knowledge and for everything you contribute with, and yeah, just like the vibes that you bring to the community are amazing. I was really looking forward to you becoming a steward, Vi. So I'm super happy that you accepted this, and I feel that you totally deserve it. And yeah, thanks for being here, buddy. Like, we love you tons. I'll pass it. Oh boy, back to you, Tamara.
Mert is the last one to go.
Like, we haven't met with Vi, and like, I'm very in new token engineering common space, but I want to say two things. Firstly, as a young like fellow of him, I'm also 21 years old. Like, I'm really impressed what you guys have said and expressed about him. Like, he is a good example from for me, young people like me. So I would really like to meet with him in the future, and also I would like to like give some praise to his work on Discord. Like, whenever I go some other Discord, I really say, oh, TC has like superior Discord, you should see that, you should see that kind of vibe. So I really like to show my love of his work.
Cool. Thanks. That's a really cool perspective too. I'm glad you shared that. There's only one person left to go, and that's the man himself. So, Vi, would you like to have the floor for a few moments?
Yeah, this is to verify that I'm an actual human. And yeah, I'd like to say, like, I came into the TC, like, really randomly. Like, Metaverde asked me, I need to set up this thing. Can you help me out? I was like, yeah, sure. And, but then I saw what you were doing, and, I listened to all the talk about collaborative economics and, the way everyone's so value aligned. That I was just, this is a place that I can spend some time on and contribute, and I've been doing that ever since. And it's really interesting to have like a contact with so many different people from different backgrounds, and yeah, looking forward to more things. I really appreciate all the compliments that have been dished on me. I'm quite flattered. I don't get these many compliments on a regular basis. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, you guys have been very appreciative. I think Chewy said that you haven't been appreciative. I just see the praise channel and I just like, wow, this is so. This is a lot of expression that people are giving, and sometimes feel like. Sometimes it does feel like some of the praise is undeserved, and that's something that needs to be like maybe accounted for in place. But yeah, sorry, I went off topic for a while. Thank you very much, and let's see how this goes.
Bravo. I kind of want to sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow right now. I mean, I love that. That's so amazing, Vi. Thank you. All right, cool. Well, so I don't want to switch back to work, but I think it's actually worth passing back to Chewy to explain the pre-bounty or pre-production bounty that he wants some feedback from the stewards on. So maybe we'll end that call with that, Chewy.
Perfect. Yeah. Super short. As some of you know, we've been having new contributors for communications and for the teams that are getting put together. And there has been, like, to some degree or other, contributions that are kind of like slipping through the cracks since we don't have, we have praise, but that's pretty much like what we can offer them. And I mean, Escanore has been doing a great job putting together everything for translations. The TE Academy team is also doing a lot of research on the token engineering community and the courses and everything that they offer, and so on. Like, HubSpot has been getting a bunch of security advice from Durgadas for months, and because there was like this weird middle point of the comments upgrade and delaying it and having one shot and having to do it right. I started thinking about like how Tam put it. It was like a let's say like a bonus kind of compensation for as soon as we have the comments upgrade ready. I was thinking about recognizing some of these contributors with like an initial bonus. And after that, just catching up with everything as it is. So since even though this goes into the proposal, the approach of it might generate like some debate around. So before we started like with actual team syncs, I wanted to raise this issue with the stewards and see if everybody would agree on this. Maybe we could work out like the definition. I like the approach of it being a bonus, not really compensation. But in the end, this bonus is what it's trying to do. So yeah, I just wanted to open the stage a little bit to see if there are some concerns about this. And if everybody would be okay, it would be a huge relief if I could start talking to some of the contributors about them getting this bonus as soon as we have our proposal passed. So Would anybody like to take a first turn?
I think it's a fine idea, and if you need some funding from from the TEC and Giveth, that's also an option to keep people happy during Christmas season and stuff. People need some money to buy presents and stuff, so it's like totally understandable. I don't want to pass it to someone. I only want to pass it to someone who has a comment.
Okay, so maybe, I mean, probably no one would be blocking this, but any concerns about, I don't know, giving out the wrong impression, just like whatever. I would really love to have any feedback for this.
I mean, I shared my thoughts in comms. I really like the idea to make sure people understand. Like I like when you announced it, it clicked like, oh, this is like retroactive public goods funding. So it's sort of like this kind of like retroactive appreciation for the work that's already been done, which is a noble and cool idea. I love the idea. I guess I would just say maybe it should be a separate proposal because it's different than funding of the working group. It's more like this retroactive bonus for completed work, which I think is probably not that hard to sell, actually. And I think that it might inspire some other working groups to look at contributors who maybe want to show that kind of appreciation as well. I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Okay, thank you, Tam.
And we are at the top of the hour. So thanks, everyone. And really, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. And nobody can deny. Yay, bye.
Congratulations, bye.
All right.